Alright, so I held a poll in my community tab to see if Banban videos going forward should be voiceovers, like the 2 and 3 video, or raw gameplay with raw reactions like the 1 and 4 video. And voiceovers won, which is good for you guys, I guess, because shorter videos to watch, you have more free time, but bad for me, because I have to spend so much more time editing these, because I don't get to say the words mid-recording. We arrive at what has to be, like, lethal levels of underground by now, right? Like, no one's surviving being this far under the ground. And, oh, yep, I was right, Stinger Flynn died. Anyways, with already one dead ally, we head into this suburban, like, facade area. Poppy Playtime Chapter 5 over here, with the speed limit sign that, frankly, is way too far away from the street and behind a bush. Like, you're practically just asking for accidental child murder aside, we find out our main goal for this chapter of the ban is to open this big door to get the grape-flavored lollipop from the inside. And to do that, we first need to do some parkour, yay, with the crappy Banban mobile parkour. You know, they changed the parkour section in the second game, so you didn't have to do this. Hey look, I'm actually doing pretty good at this parkour. Anyways, I eventually make it up to the room after 10 minutes of cut gameplay, and get jumped by something that's model quality is so bad it makes the Game Boy look good. Thankfully, I don't have to do another 10 minutes of parkour, and that was just a scripted death, and the whatever it was is replaced with a dictionary for a language I do not understand despite studying. Seriously, when I go into my Spanish class, it's like Severance. Anyway, I grab the thing from a later point in the room and come out to see Banban, who I thought was still traumatized from war, but I guess isn't, stand with Toaster, who's glazing himself for being the world's best kidnapper.
He's incredibly clever and good at what he does. And that he's very handsome.
I didn't say that.
Also, the thingy before was a light. With Kyle's newly found light, we make our way to this room, which I'm not going to show you the journey because it is some of the least interesting gameplay I've ever seen, and Dr. McCool Bust Down Joe is in the closet over here. In this room, we have to do this, like, light puzzle, and I kid you not, I remembered the pieces of the activation code as Miku, Kaito, and Pants. I eventually solved the puzzle, but I wonder, what are these guys even watching here? Oh. Well, they got some pretty weird taste, I'm not gonna lie. We run back to the closet to hide and find this guy outside, Homophobic Jack. He's the new character, and he's outside the store trying to trick us into opening it. And I'm thinking, man, wouldn't this be kinda funny? But alas, no funnies this time. I left the door closed. But once we get back, yeah, since Dr. McCool Bust Down Joe kinda did a little domestic terrorism, Toadster doesn't really want him here, so neither of us are allowed in until Banban gets kidnapped and Toadster just dips to go get her, so we're allowed in. Yippee! Once we get in, we meet up with Stinger Flynn, who didn't die, and for some reason his voice actor sounds like he was being actively waterboarded while recording his lines.
Oh, it's you two.
We are told to go directly to the next area without any rest and instantly have to witness this.
Come on, man, we have to get back together.
Not a chance. Your jokes are trash.
You'll have one leg. Everybody will think you're the joke when you're hopping around like a bunny. We must get back together to prevent that.
Oh, you make a good point. Let me think about it for a second. Never!
Hello, yes, police, I'd like to report a murder. What do you mean Banban's kindergarten is large enough to be considered its own country and therefore do not have to abide by the laws of Canada? I fell down, go back up, and meet up with Banban again, who has been not in these games very much for them being named after him, surprisingly. After meeting up with Banban, we go up to this puzzle, which I only remember because I was eating a Taco Bell beefy 5-layer burrito when doing it. After beating the burrito puzzle twice because the game crashed after the first time, homophobic Jack attacks Banban, but thankfully Dr. McCool Bust Down Joe attacks him, getting knocked unconscious but scaring him off. Dr. McCool Bust Down Joe heals surprisingly fast, and we go play a minigame I like to call Throw Flashbangs at Homophobes, because we have to flashbang the little homophobelics that work under homophobic Jack. We beat the minigame, press the switch to activate that section's key to the door, and start heading back when Dr. McCool Bust Down Joe has a joke to tell, and the creatures like it.
What do you call a toad that's upset? Unhappy!
Nab Nab, I'm sending you back down. You will be needed soon, I'll tell you when.
Nab Nab and the weird freak of nature T-Rex thing have returned, and I go shove my cassette tape in the side of a TV while those two weirdos talk. Once that's done, I go to Stinger Flynn and experience yet another incredibly strange dream sequence. In it, we're waiting for a bus, and Captain Fiddles gets kidnapped. This happens to Nab Nab, and we get hit by possibly the slowest moving bus I've ever seen. Once we wake up, we find out Banban went to the final sector without us, so we follow him and find possibly the longest puzzle in this franchise's history, which I'm just gonna skip past for you, like I did the walking there part. After a puzzle that took me 43 minutes, we are put in this room tasked with finding these drugged lollipops, and I definitely didn't, not find the most obvious one until last. Nope, definitely not. Getting that door open reveals a giant hole that when I jump down shows Kaiju Little Beak and Banban in a room with trees in the middle and Mr. Kebab Goat in the center. What you do in this fight is equip the Kebab Goat with all sorts of items and sort of push him out to distract Little Beak so you can get the bombs from the edge of the field, and this includes a little reference to a guy they had blocked on Twitter at the time. After beating the fight, we go through this door, and Little Beak is knocked unconscious, but I believe after the controversy, after the bloodthirsty eating people, after the multiple bombs I've blown up in his face, Little Beak can still redeem himself. Oh, never mind. After the fight, I go back to the main area because there was nothing but some parkour and pitch black with moving platforms that I'm not going to show you because you couldn't even see it. And we're in the endgame now. We've hit every single button, and Banban frees Nab Nab from his cage. We go to get our grape-flavored lollipop when suddenly...
Now Nab Nab, activate the final plan.
Nab Nab opens the chest and leads homophobic Jack directly to the purple lollipop when Nab Nab suddenly transforms into this giant beast mode and starts fighting homophobic Jack.
脱目せよ。これがナブナブの真の力だ。ホモ嫌いのジャックよ。この世に存在していられるのも、もはや長くはないぞ。火の力でお前をねじ伏せてやるぞ。ホモ嫌いのジャック。お前の運命を受け入れろ。彼を見殺しにしろ。
After that, Dr. McCool Bust Down Joe just kills himself, which leads us to the last room of the game, where Banban has to take one final stand to save me, I guess.